Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for another lucky dip. For me, a lucky dip is selecting 4 random items or groups of items from my spreadsheet, which contains I'm going to rephrase that again, which is a list of all kinds of over 350, I think, items that I've gotten through subscription boxes or gifts or just random purchases of art supplies that I don't use regularly, and so they're kind of sad sitting there not being used except for like the one time that I got them or whatever. So I take 4 of those, and I've been using my various pose or drawing reference books and drawing a pose from them using these randomly selected tools. I use the random.org to generate numbers, and that's part of the reason why the spreadsheet is so useful, because it just got the numbers right on the side. So today I have tons of brush pens. Technically, all of these are brush pens. If I was naming this, I'd call it a marker, but it says brush pen right on it. So it's like all brush pens and one marker that's actually calls itself a marker. So that is a very interesting selection, I think. I'll go into the details about what I got with my random selection. So the first thing was this pair of Royal Talons Eco-Line brush pens. I believe they're actually water soluble. I've used them that way multiple times in the past, and it doesn't actually say anything about it on the marker itself. I know it says brush pen, I'm just gonna call it a marker. So I decided not to go with water media because everything else is not that great with water media, or I don't know if it's that great with water media. Like, I'm pretty sure this is an alcohol-based marker here, so that doesn't work in water. So I'm not going to do any extra water. I'm just going to use this like regular old marker or regular old pen, whichever. I got these together. I think it was in an Art Snacks box. So that's why they count as one item. There's the cyan, or what is the full color? The full color is sky blue cyan. And then this one is warm gray light. And they both have this same, I don't know, maybe medium-sized brush tip on one end. It's not double-ended like some markers, but I do really like the brush tip on these. I've used them several times before. It's nice and springy, so you can get some really nice variations in line weight without much trouble, without much effort. The second thing I got is this interesting iron lac. So iron lac strikers is what it's called. Tri-grip twin marker. This brand, I believe, I'm not that familiar with it, but I believe it is marketed toward like street art. It's definitely got a graffiti style font here for the strikers part. But the markers seems like kind of just your regular old alcohol-based ink. And it's refillable, so that's really nice. It has 2 ends, a chisel tip. I'd call that maybe a medium or maybe a large chisel. Definitely not small. And then it's got a bullet tip on the other side. The color that I pulled today is the Y332. I think Y stands for yellow. The same way it does the color coding with Copic. Y stands for yellow, I think. I mean, look at this tip. It looks yellow. Okay, so that was the second thing. The third thing is another set of multiple items, the Zensations brush pens, and this is very amusing to me because I use these all the time. I had to actually get these out of my main drawing kit because I just have them in there to be available. I really like these pens. So they came with the super fine, fine, and medium brush tip, and they all have, well, I guess I'll show you one by one. They all have just the one brush. It's a single-sided brush tip. And it's, again, not, let's see, how can I describe it? It's those brush tips that like stay together. It's It's not like a proper brush, but it's a brush tip for a pen. There, and that's the super fine. I've been using them so much though, they might be kind of dry when we use them today, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll just buy some more because I really like them, so I definitely want to keep them stocked. Other items, if they were fun but I don't really need to use it anymore and I use it up, then I just retire it and delete the line off the spreadsheet. I won't do it with those. Okay, the final thing I got is the Copic multi-liner. SP and BS I think stands for brush. So it's just another black ink brush pen, but hopefully you can see the tip is very different, so I'm not like mad about getting 4 black ink brush pens all together, because this tip is very different, a very different shape, so I can try to see what the different possibilities are between these 3 and this one. Okay, so that's all the items that I got. Guess I'll introduce real quick the reference book that I've been using. It's my Katana Danshi, so swordsmen, Pozu Shu, so pose collection. It's a collection of images, photographs, some black and white in color, and clothed in traditional, you know, kimono hakama, or just with the undies on so that you can see the muscles. And yeah, all kinds of, some interacting, some more active, some more still, and individuals, etc. So this is where we are today. I'm double checking. Oh yeah, okay. That's not where we are today. Oh, because I put the wrong thing in. I thought that this was my bookmark, but this is just that thing that is always in Japanese books so that you can order it. I found out that's what this is for. I wondered for ages. What is this for? It's so you can order the book. If you want like a fresh new copy and not the bookstore one. I guess. I think that's what it's for. Okay, this is where we are because we did this one. No, wait. We did this one. Yeah, because it was my first black and white one. My first black and white one, and my first, like, mostly unclothed pose. So we're back to, their outfits are back on, and back in color as well. Okay. Yeah, I was so confused about where I was in this book. Okay, so I'm getting this, clip this down. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. And set this so that everybody can see it. There. Yay! I think I might add another clip to help it be more flat, hopefully. Hopefully that's what will happen. Okay, well, maybe if I put one on the bottom too. I'm at the end of my easily accessible clips. May this work. Haha, yay! Okay, I'll line that back up. Because when it's really curved, it's hard to see. Because it just reflects a bunch of light and I can't see the actual picture. It's reflecting a lot more light for you guys on through the camera, but for me, I'm seeing it at this angle instead of this angle, and it's much better. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is test out the items, do some swatches. See how they work on this paper, how they work together, the different techniques that I might be able to use with them. This is last week's. This was last week's, right? No, this wasn't last week. This was the week before. So last week I used water tools, so I did it in my watercolor sketchbook. Okay, so I'm going to put this on top of the reference book for now because I like to put my reference swatches just on the other page, on the other side of the spread. Why is this not getting even? There's a little hair stuck on the sticky note. There, got it. Oh, there's another one, but I'll just leave it. There. I like to line it up evenly. It makes me feel very satisfied when it's evenly lined up. Okay, so I'll just do them in order. Ecoline brush pen. This is the biggest brush tip of the group we've got today. Ah, it's so nice. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. I love these. I just don't have any anything that I would regularly use them for, but they're so nice to use. Work great on this paper too. So pretty, so satisfying. These would be great for anybody who does lettering art, I think. Look at that. I love that, where you push down hard and even it doesn't just become wider, the color becomes more saturated, and then when you let up, it's just so light and becomes thin, so smooth. Ah, so pretty. So pretty. And even the gray, the gray is harder to see, but the same thing is happening. It's just so easy. I didn't have to put any effort into that. Just like mew, mew, mew. Okay. So let me write Ecoline. Okay. So then we tested those. Now we tested the iron lac. This is double-ended. This is a very interesting combination of colors because this is like a ochre color or something. And it's, you know, it looks like military camouflage color. And then we've got this incredibly vibrant, like sky blue, or like the blue of a perfectly clean and clear lake or something. But this gray is nice in between. I think that it helps. Like when I'm looking at this doesn't look like a bad color combo. And I think it's, I mean, that's not bad either. But the gray just helps be a neutral. Okay, now for the 4 different types. Well, 2 types and 4 different sizes of brush pen, ink brush pen. Black ink brush pen. Exie, hello! How are you? Thank you for joining me. So it's Thursday there now. Did you have a good Wednesday? Did you do anything fun? Let's see, what's this one called? Iron lac. Oh, are you enjoying the first day of summer as well? I believe today is the first day of astronomical summer. Oh, but it already passed for you probably. Oh, I don't know how that works with time zones. Summer is not... astronomical summer is here. Weather summer is not here yet. It's so cold today. It's crazy. I've been having to like wear a sweater all around the house. It doesn't make any sense. It's so weird. This is a really nice brush pen. You do have to push a little bit harder to get these really thick lines, but I feel like that just means that you have a lot of control. So you can make super teeny tiny lines like this with it. Or like super big fat ones. Nice. So this is the Copic one. Okay, so I guess I'll go from small to big. This is the smallest one. Yeah, like I thought, it's getting pretty dry because I've used these so much just in my regular drawing kit. But you can get the super teeny tiny lines out of that one. And it doesn't go very... I was putting a lot of pressure on it. It doesn't go very thick here. Okay, this is the just fine, not super fine. Regular old fine. You can still get some really teeny tiny lines from it if you want. Oh, but it's so dry. It's so dry. Yep. Well, I'll just have to keep in mind I'm going to get a lot of dry brush effects. Okay, what's the smallest I can get with this? The medium. Oh, it's so dry too. Oh, it's really bad. I think after this, I'm going to have to retire these and buy a new set. This is just so dry. This large one is dry from the very first teeny tiniest stroke. Oh man. I guess it's true I haven't used them in a few months because the last time I used them was did I? Pretty sure I used them on my cow's onomatopoeia piece that I'm currently working on, and so I inked that a long time ago now. Oh, I didn't write what this was. The super fine one is the most juicy still out of the three of these ones. So this is the Sensations. I'll put SF for super fine, F for fine, and M for medium. In fact, I am going to put in parentheses replace these, so hopefully when the stream is over I don't forget. I mean, I guess I can look and see what stuff I have. Maybe I have some other brand that's a similar thing that I could just use, because if I already have something that will work just as well, I think that's better than buying more stuff. But I really use those like regularly, so okay, I'm ready to get started, and this is going to be interesting because I don't have doing this one. I don't have a pencil. I've allowed myself to use a pencil for the sketch part in the past, but recently I've just been like figuring it out. So I'm gonna try to do that here. I think what I'm gonna do is start by just blocking out shapes with this gray marker because it's so light. And then if I block out shapes, I can draw lines on top of the shapes and refine them. I love this. I love this little boop that, oh, you can barely see it in the video it seems like, but it comes out where the hakama comes out from the back. It comes out like there's a little, I don't know how to describe that, but I love that. I love that shape. Okay. I don't know if Exie is still there. Exie! I don't know if you heard my greeting. If you're still there and I missed you or something. Just in case I'm saying hi again. Yeah, super basic shapes. Almost like just making a silhouette. Oh good, Exie's here, yay! Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you, I didn't want you to think I was ignoring you, so, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Because I am always so grateful. You're always here. I feel so supported by you. So, I never want you to feel like I'm taking you for granted. So, yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Yay. You're welcome. How are you? I hope all is fine. Yeah, I think I'm good too. I've been continuing the cleaning up of my studio, and it's been great. Because I got it, like, tidied up and much more workable than recently on Monday. And then, let's see, I don't think I did anything special for that on Tuesday, but today I spent half an hour making more progress in that area. And so I just feel even more excited. Like, my table over here is still covered in stuff, but the pile is smaller. I got a bunch of stuff out. So yeah, I'm feeling really motivated thanks to getting tidied up, and that always helps me. Tidying up and having a clean space just makes me want to do stuff. Make stuff or tackle to-do lists. So yeah, I'm doing really great today. I'm feeling really good because of that. Okay, the sword goes way above his head. There. Fun. Okay. Good. Different kind of way of doing the base sketch. Let's see. It's kind of cool. They look kind of like ghosts. Here's a... I don't know if it's focused because it's gray, so it's hard to tell if it's focused or not. But there's this base sketch. Oh, what should I do next? So these two colors... Maybe I should do... I realize I did not test... The Copic I know is marker proof because it says on there, it says water and Copic proof. And Copic is, it's the Copic brand, but it's Copic proof, which means markers. Copic markers are alcohol-based markers. So, but these I believe are water-based. They don't say it on there, but I'm pretty sure they are. But it looks like all these pens are safe, so. So yeah, I think I will save these two colors for the end, and let's do some stuff with these. I don't know how to differentiate between all of these, though. It's kind of hard. I've got 4 different sizes, but in general, it's just all the same thing. Oh, what am I gonna do? Okay, I'll use this multi-liner to do the main lines, I think, because it's not dry. The other ones are just so dry. It's so sad. So I'll start with this one and just do those lines. Oh, I gotta be careful. I forgot how soft this is, even though I just tested it. So it's so soft. Makes big lines too easily. Okay, there. And then the belt around Hakama, and then this panel in the back. And then we've got the scabbard is coming through here. Man, my hand is really heavy today. It's not making very thin lines now that I'm actually inking the piece proper. Oh well, that's okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. And you can't see his mouth. It's down below his shoulder on this person. And then the hairline. I'm being a little more careful for the facial features. And it comes down that. And that's it. Wow, I'm really proud of this face. It came out really nice, I think. Oh, what's this? There's like a... Hold on, let me look at it. Is there like a cord or something? Oh, there is. Oh, okay, I get it. There's like a cord. The cord that keeps the scabbard from falling down. This is like tied up above this belt part. So that's what this little string is. I looked at some of the other pictures. And then there's a very distinct, I don't know if this is a fold or just a crease or a hem or something, but it's very distinct, so make sure to include that. And his feet. Man, one of these markers has a very strong smell, and I have a feeling it's this iron lacquer. Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. That's what it is. It's been building, and I'm like, whoa, what is that? It's the marker. It's so strong smell. So I like Copic markers. One of the many reasons they don't have too crazy strong of a smell. They do have a smell, especially if you overfill them. But it's not like overpowering and awful. But again, I believe this is designed for street art, so if you're outside using this, the smell is not that bad of a deal because it's just gonna evaporate into the air, so it's not necessarily a mark against this marker or something. Okay, now this guy. So let's see, his hand is in front of everything else here, so I'll do, oh, it's an interesting shape, so I'll do my best. So he's like holding the scabbard. Okay. And then the main part of the hand comes, and then here's his arm. And the bottom line of the arm is longer because this sleeve is covering it at an angle. Okay, and the fold in the sleeve. Okay, and you can barely just see where the scabbard is going down, and then it just disappears under the obi and cannot be seen anymore in this pose. Okay, now this person, you can see the whole face. He's looking up. And you can't really see the eyebrows because his hair. Okay, good. Now for the other hand. Holding that, and you can see like the butt of the hand here, or the heel of the hand. Heard it both ways, either the butt of the hand or the heel of the hand. Either way, it's his bottom part. You can see that sticking out. And then you can see some of the forearm, but it's quickly covered up by the kimono sleeve. Awesome. And for the sword, I think I'll just draw only on the back half. And then the marker itself can fill in the rest. That's one sketch line I did. Because it does almost disappear here in the reference image too. Okay, so now the bottom half of this guy. there's a big fold right here where the leg is bending. And a bunch of folds. Well, not really folds, but just like wrinkles in the fabric from where the thigh is pulling the kimono up. Because of this kneeling position. Okay, and the back leg. And he's actually kneeling on the other side of his kimono as it's still sort of wrapping around his knee here, so he's actually kneeling on it. Yay, good! I feel like I'm getting a lot better with just, you know, I had no pencil sketch, which is what I'm used to. And yet I feel like it's a pretty good representation of these two guys here. Oh, I forgot this one's back foot. This guy's back foot. Yes. With what it was like 150 pages in here, I'm definitely going to be really good at drawing swordsmen by the end. Oh, thank you. Exie says proportions looks great too. Yay. Thank you very much. I'm glad you think so. Yes. I'm slowly transforming and becoming a better swordsman drawer. Okay. So now I'm just going to find ways to use these super dry set of Zebra Sensations brush pens. The first thing I'm going to use is the super teeny tiny, what was it called? Super fine. I don't know how to read this in Japanese. That means thin. I don't know what the top kanji means. Anyway, super fine. So I'm going to use this to add little bitty details like here in the ears. Just add indications of stuff. I'm not going to try to make it super precise because I can't even, it's so small I can't even really tell, but like maybe little nostrils. Not on this guy though, because his head is more down, so you can't even really see it so much. But this guy's head is up a little bit, so it's angled up, so you can see the nostrils. And I'll add those diamond shapes that happen from the way the sword handle is wrapped. And then there's this little cap on the end as well. So I'll add those. Let's see. I'll look it over and have a little sip of I am drinking this delicious coconut Earl Grey tea in my Mickey Mouse sketch mug. Earl Grey, or any variation thereof, is my favorite tea. It's so good. I think it's got to be the black tea plus bergamot, because that's what it is. And it's just so good. I never get tired of it. But I've never tried this blend before. Coconut Earl Grey. Okay, let's see. Another thing I can add. You can just barely see the inside kimono right here. So add a little line for that. Anywhere else. So I can define this string that's hanging down a little bit more. Yeah, and I think I shall put a little bit of hatching in certain areas too. To suggest shadows. Ugh, the dryness of this pen starts coming through though. It's so dry! I must have used it all up last time I used the ink all up. Oh, I see a spot where I didn't do a line. Right here. Boop, there. This is where the sleeve was coming down. Yay. I'm not worried about using the hatching to create any sense of shape because I've already drawn it in such a linear square kind of style that I'll just go with that flatness and keep all my hatching straight. The hatching is focused on just adding shadow rather than adding shape. Let's see. So I'm actually going to go to the fine because the super fine is getting really dry just from using it. So I'm going to use that over this one, the fine over here. Guess I'll use it until it starts getting too dry to use. And it's really dark in here because this is actually this area right here is actually where the hakama are coming over the kimono. And I add some lines to the scabbard to show it's that it's dark, but it's also very shiny material. I'll do the same thing over here too. But it's very dark in here because this is the open part where the sword goes in. Make some shadow here. Here there's lots of wrinkles from the kimono being tucked in. Lots of opportunity for some shading. And on top of the feet where the hakama is casting a shadow on it. These legs are fairly well lit actually, so I won't mess with those. Okay, good. I'm going to go to the largest one, which is a medium size, and use that for their hair. And I think even though it's these pens, this pen and its others siblings are super dry, so not necessarily a problem when doing the hair, because then that'll just give it texture to show that it's not one big thing, but it's actually made up of a bunch of little things. Oh yeah, this one is pretty much done for though. I'd have to really try to get any ink to come out of it. Oh, it's surprising. I think they must have dried up more on their own, even though they were capped and in a zipped pen pouch. They must have dried even more on their own because they were not like this the last time I used them. They were not this dry. So dry! Okay, I'm going to go back to the tiniest one. Hopefully it's recovered a little bit from being capped. I'm just gonna add some super thin lines to make it like little stray hairs that are flying around. I think it makes it more interesting looking. Especially since these guys are supposed to be fighting, so their hair's not going to be all perfect. It's going to be like whoosh, flying around. Yay, I think I am done with the ink pens now. Wait, one last thing. I didn't do the tsuba. I'll just go back to the Copic. Should be right above the thumb here. I just totally missed that. There, that's better. Well, actually, I'm going to use the large pen once more, just for this bottom part of the sword where it's a lot darker, and then it gets really bright and you can barely tell the difference between the background and the sword. But right here, it's reflecting something dark, probably this guy's own shoulder. So I'm going to use the pen right there on this drawing. Since it's so dry, it's actually great for this purpose. Because I don't want it to be fully black, I just want it to be slightly darker than the main gray. Okay, they're good. Well, how are we on time? Oh, good. There's plenty of time. I don't need to rush or anything. Still got 18 minutes. And only 2 more items to use. So actually, I could color in the background. It would be kind of boring and like to watch, but I could actually make like a background for them. I think I shall make a background, and oh, fun! I'll be able to use both ends because I'll just do it. Ah, I hate that it doesn't cap. It doesn't, the cap doesn't post. I hate that. Okay, I gotta set it down. Okay. I'm done complaining about that. No, I really hate it though. I want the cap to post. To go on the end of the pen or the marker so that it doesn't roll away and get lost. Okay, I'm purposefully leaving space between the body, like the figure, and this color background that I'm making, because I don't want to lose any of this nice light gray marker that I did, or I don't want to lose too much of it. So even though normally I'd try not to end up with that halo effect, I'm not going to worry about it today. Because I want the gray marker to stay intact, or at least for the most part. I don't mind covering up a little bit. But it's such a light color, and I think that it makes beautiful lines on the white paper, very subtle. But these other 2 colors are so bold that that subtlety is just boop, gone. So halo effect it is. Let's see. Would that be good? So we're looking up at this person. The farther down you are, the higher up the horizon goes. So I'll add one more layer. That's good. Okay. So now I'm going to use the brush pen. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. I'm going to just, because I love doing the little swirls like this. I rarely get a chance, but now, haha. That's what this guy is going to be made out of. My favorite swirls. I love doing experimental art. I get to do stuff that I normally would not incorporate because it's just so random. Ah, so fun. It's so fun. I love this. I could just fill up a page just doing this. I have no reason other than it's so physically satisfying to pull the marker across the page like this. Trying to be careful of the sword here since I didn't ink in the one edge. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Little teeny tiny sections. Okay, now what I was going to do is use the different tips to sort of bring the top part and the bottom part together. So that they're not completely separate looking. And this way, I'll also be using the smaller end of this marker Oh, I wonder if I... Oh yeah, if I draw it on its own color again, it still shows up more because it's layering it. Fun. Ugh, I wish that marker just didn't smell so bad, though. It's like it assaults my nose every time, like my nose stings a little bit, actually. Now, I feel like I want to ground these figures in their environment. So I'm going to use, oh, which pen should I use? Should I go for the Copic super dark or go for one of these super dry ones? Maybe the dry one would be good. The really big one that's like the driest. Seems actually to be perfect for making some shadows. And of course the shadows over here are a lot darker because he's got a lot more clothing to block the light. There's a very light shadow connecting the two figures. So that's what I'm going for now. Let's see, what time is it? So, 10 minutes. So, what else can I do? I can add some of this color into these characters. I think I'll do that. So, I'll do some pattern using the brown on the kimono part of this person's outfit. So let's see, I'll do like target shapes. That's a fun, different kind of pattern, I think. Makes it seem kind of summery, actually. And then for this character, I will do a blue pattern coming up from the bottom, so not filling the whole kimono, because I'm thinking that since there's so much brown down here, I'm putting the brown pattern up here, and then since there's so much blue up here, I'll put the blue pattern down here. Just gradually become less and less, fewer and fewer lines as I go higher up, and more lines toward the bottom. And purposefully, I'm not going to do it on the inside of the fabric. I'll just do it only on the outside parts. Interesting. I just realized another area where I could add some more black ink on the handle, filling in where the cords are wrapping around. I drew the little triangle shapes that are made by the wrapping, but I didn't actually color in the wrapping. And I'm adding little bumps to show that it's not just flat, that it's wrapped cords or whatever it is. Thank you. Yay, I'm glad you think so. X's says, looking pretty awesome. Yay. I'm just thinking about what else I could do without, because it's already pretty busy. It's a very busy picture. But I still have 6 minutes, so I feel like a little bit early. Maybe I could just do like a frame. Use the black pen and just do some sort of, maybe I'll do like give it some structure or something, because it's so busy and energetic. So if I contain it within a frame, maybe that'll settle it down a little bit. And maybe I'll just do some like little decorative marks. Yeah, it's fun to just do like random lines and stuff and not always worry about what is it doing or something. Like, I drew this line because I felt like it. That's fun sometimes too. But I think I'm happy with it now. When we put the frame on there, I feel like it did exactly what I hoped, which is like, yes, there's all this energy and lots of white space poking through. I put the frame on it, feels a lot more established, or I can't think of the word. Oh, Tia, hello! Wow, it's so great to see you. Good afternoon. How are you? I hit my hand on my page. How are you? I was just about to be done. Take a sip of my tea. I did a lucky dip. I guess I'll, since I'm pretty much done and this is what I do at the end, I'll let you know and be a review for anybody else watching what I did today. So I did the lucky dip using my swordsman reference pose book, and the items I had was all brush pens and one marker, although personally I'd call these markers too. They just have brush tips to me, but it literally says brush pen, so it's all brush pens and one marker. So I guess I'll hold the picture up for the final close-up look. Oh, well, it's hard to be mad at them because they're so cute. Tia says, I'm lounging in my chair in my cluttered room. My ferrets woke me up by crawling all over me at 2:30 a.m. That's so cute, though. It's hard to be mad about it. They're like, yay, we love you. We want to play with you. Oh, here. Oh, the blue is really messing up the white balance on my camera. Well, anyway. Here is the final lucky dip piece. I used the gray brush pen marker to do the first thing was to just make the general shapes of the characters. Then I used the 4 sizes and tip types for the black ink brush pens to draw the characters and add hatching for shading. Then I used the two remaining colored marker / brush pen to create the background and add these little patterns onto their clothing. And then finally I used the brush pens again to contain all this energy into a frame. Oh, there it is. Yay! I think actually the two colors, the two really vibrant colors, looked really nice together. I am pleasantly surprised because I would never pick these two colors on my own. But the random number generator chose for me. Oh, you're welcome! Exit says, thank you so much for the stream. You're welcome! You're welcome! Thank you for joining me! Aw, Tia says, Feely kept nomming on me. Feely snuggled up the back of my knee. Keely snuggled the back of my knee. So cute. I like the new Discord symbol update. That was from your wedding reception, right? I don't think so. I wonder what thing you're thinking of that was from the wedding reception, though, because that makes me very interested. Because that was so long ago now. But I still have all my files. I'm going to look at that and see what you might be thinking of. But I'm glad you like it. I thought my other one was just a little too, it wasn't colorful, so I like colorful stuff. I like it to be like warm and inviting too, so that's why I updated it a little bit. So yay, I'm glad that you liked it. But we're at time, so unfortunately, even though I'm having a great time chatting with everybody, I'm going to have to sign off here. But I will be back on Friday. I'll be doing more work on Chibi, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Chibi bass player. Chibi... Anyway, the one I was working on last week. Oh man, I can't believe I can't remember his name. My sister talks about him all the time. He's a Metallica bass player. Oh, well, whatever. That's what I'll be doing on Friday, so hopefully I'll see you then. Either way, I hope everybody has a great rest of their day. Thank you for watching.